Alright, it's starting to look like maybe I picked a bad time to start posting these videos, but I don't think there's ever a bad time. The big thing is just getting started. We had we're about a week into this channel and making some good headway, and again, posting these videos has been a big help for me as far as getting this work done, motivating me to try to keep putting that content out through doing this. And again, a lot of other projects coming down the pipeline. It's not just going to be me in the garage all the time. However, we did go, so Friday didn't really get anything done, and then Saturday we went and our local college put what they call a spring game on. So it's just kind of a scrimmage between the offense and the defense, and you kind of get to see new players. It's a free thing, parking's free, everything. So the kids really enjoy that because you get the same experience at basically no cost, except for lunch. So we did that, and then went to another town near the college, did some shopping, and day was pretty well spent after we did all that. And then today we had church, and then after that our city put on an egg hunt, or they call it an egg drop. So all the recreation fields are turned into different age brackets, are split up about 2 years in age on each field. It's a full soccer field, and there's just like thousands of eggs, and the kids just all sprint at one time and get out there, and as many as they can grab. So all that to be said, that's priority, so we did that. And then I've got to go out of town this week for work for my regular job. So I'm going to try to keep putting this stuff out there. And then I mentioned previously I'm going to start this mantle and built-in project soon. But just wanting to keep things going and kind of show y'all some updates. I was able to finally snag these at the Harbor Freight. This was the last ones they had at the store I went to. I think these are going away. They were on clearance, but they're these clear bins that you load from the front, and then they stack like that on top of each other. I may check some other Harbor Freights in the area and see if I can find some more. Also, the tip out bins. These were like $3 normally at Harbor Freight. Through the 10th of April, they're $1.99. I don't really know how you can make something wherever they make it, ship it, put it in the store and sell it for that. Because, they're not cheap. That's pretty thick plastic. They seem like pretty good items. So I'm going to try to knock a few projects out here, show you my project list. It's getting to the point where I can kind of see the finish line. Either I've got stuff done, or I know what I need to do. So I got my list going back here on my whiteboard. I'm going to try to knock a few of those things out tonight. And then might not hear from me till later in the week after I get back from my trip. But let's jump into it. Alright, when it comes to cheap tools, I don't think I can recommend enough. Get yourself a whiteboard. It's a little messed up right now, but what I typically do, I keep either a list of upcoming projects. Right now it's just what I'm working on right now in the shop, and then down here I'll have like Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever the retailer may be, and what I need to pick up. Just a few things here though. Like I said, getting to it, I'll show you this. I got an idea for a drill press table that I can maybe work out and maybe be a little better than what I got. But just other stuff I need to do, store my deck stain. Anyway, just a few things I need to work on. All right, I think I showed y'all this drill press earlier in a different video. It's just a piece of 1/2-inch plywood for a table that I threw on there years ago, probably when I got the drill press, just to give me a little more support for bigger pieces, but also just to keep more finished wood projects from getting scratched up or whatever from the metal integrated table that's on there. But like I said, it's just a piece of 1/2-inch plywood. I cut a little radius, just quick and dirty, through the bandsaw. I don't even think I had this big bandsaw, so it didn't, the cut quality is not even that good. But regardless, so I built some built-ins several months ago. A pretty good amount of them. It's like 8 segments on 2 walls, and then 5 or 6 shelves high. If I got them, I'll throw you some pictures up here on the screen, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But when I did that, I ended up with 1 extra shelf, 3/4 birch ply, and then a 1x2 for the facing, and with dominoes holding it together. So no worry of screws or any nails or anything like that. I just clamped them up. I might have put pin nails in them, but I can hack this off to the length I want, not have to worry about, you know, blade hitting a nail or a screw or whatever. But I think I'm gonna do that because the table that's on there, I'm so crunched for space here, I'd like to be able to move it back anyway. And with doing that, I can go ahead and push it back, and at the same time end up with a nicer table anyway. Now I think once I do that, down the road at some point, I want to take a router or a dado stack, cut me 2 slots in here and put T-track, and then I'll be able to put a fence in there and be able to adjust the fence if I want to do repeat cuts or something like that. And you don't have to worry that much about squareness with a drill press because the distance from the fence to the hole is all that really matters. It doesn't change regardless if this is tilted. It's still the same distance at that one point where you're drilling a hole. Maybe if you're doing a big, you know, Forstner bit or something like that, I guess it matters, but the accuracy as far as the fence. So just a T-track and some little of the wing nuts or the star handled bolts would probably do the trick. So that's one thing I want to do. Other thing, I don't know if you can see it in the video, this bandsaw fence has the rail that sticks out. I think I showed y'all that before. And what I was concerned about, I've already done 2 or 3 times, which is forget about it and back up into it, and it hit me right in the ribs. So definitely want to chop this off. I don't really see needing capacity. I've never done anything where the fence is on the opposite side of the blade. Fence is always blade left. I don't do a bunch of big resawing or stuff like that. It's more curves, more intricate stuff like that, or notching out a piece of plywood or something like that. So those are 2 little projects that I'm gonna try to do here real soon. So here's one area I'm pretty happy with the way it is today. It's not a finished product. It's a good enough to get started on my side job and then come back later and do some adjusting. So for starters, that vacuum doesn't go there. I have the Festool 26 CT26 that goes there, and then there's enough room for the trash bin there for scraps. Just threw a scrap piece of plywood there and stuck a little light I had laying around, because this is right under the garage doors. So you can't, the ceiling's pretty low in here. This garage was probably built in the 70s. So if you were to put a strip light here, it would be blocked by the garage door if you have the garage door up if it's hot in the summer or whatever. But I don't think it would even really fit. You don't have 5 or 6 inches here, and so with the thickness of the door and then the way the rollers are offset, the door's kind of pushed out away from the track, and the light hanging down whatever distance it does. Unless maybe I could get one of those flat panel lights. That would be the only way. But anyway, for the time being, I don't have that. This is what I do have. So none of this stuff is where it's going to be. It's just junk right now. Gonna put some holes here for the shelf pins, and 1 to 2 shelves here. Probably one shelf there, and a little bit of storage there. I think that'd be good for like the little drill bit cases that like the screw tips and stuff come in. And these are 2 batteries that have gone bad, so I need to take those. I think Lowe's or Home Depot have the old battery back off old battery drop off rather, thing for that. I don't think I can revive them. I've kind of tried, but I think they're dead. The cells are dead in those. So got that. Got my auxiliary fences just laid up here for now. What I do is just through those holes in the fence, run some screws in, some scrap plywood, and I like to tighten it down. Another thing, I usually run this Betterly, however you say it. It's a zero clearance insert for the Capex, worth the 20 or 30 bucks that it costs. And again, none of this is where it's gonna go. And this is kind of the dilemma I run into. So I got grill accessories, but don't really know where to put that stuff. In a normal circumstance when I don't need it, it's just extra. I like these grease things that catch the grease out the side whenever you need to replace those. The same with this. It's a Traeger smoker, so it's got these foil pans right here that line the bottom of the grill. And you have to excuse the sound of the rain. It may be a little bit loud, but I like the way things are coming regardless. I may have showed this before, but I got some layout stuff there. Whetstone, chisel guide, I guess, sharpening guide, some samples of different trim pieces. This is some organizing stuff from IKEA that you can stand up in a drawer and then they lock together, so you can make little compartments. Something I got a while back. I hadn't used it yet, but I'd probably make good use in that drawer. This may stay stained and stuff, like I showed you in the original Not a Shop tour. Stuck a few up there, thinking, oh, I'm gonna put them here where I can lay them out and see them. But I don't stain that much stuff, so maybe the cabinet makes sense. Maybe I stick with this, and the shelf that's in there make a substantial shelf that comes all the way out, and then maybe make some clever use of totes or something where I can slide them out, labeled real good what's in there. Yeah, maybe stain, poly, or like dark stain, light stain, poly, something, and then I pull it out when I need it, brushes in one, something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking there. But like I say, right now I'm just looking for good enough. I'm not looking for the finished product. So I got it where I can work with it. Once I put my regular vacuum in there, fasten those fences down, and I need to move on to the table saw here pretty soon. Thing number 2, right here, just got some old junky extension cords laying there, and just junk here, that reel that I took down, that now I'm thinking maybe I've got a workbench here now. Now I'm thinking maybe it goes back. I don't know. I need to either figure out if I can fix it or maybe find one on the cheap to replace it. But in the meantime, I've got my Kreg jig set up over here where I can use it. But what I'm probably going to do is move these doors that are destined for bedrooms inside in the next month or so. That's my hope. But in the meantime, put these in the back corner, slide the cabinet down, and set the Kreg jig on it. Or if we go over here, I have this that I'm going to give my brother-in-law, but he's in no hurry at all to get it, which is fine, because he's got his own garage organization. But it's the mobile miter saw station. Might put that back over here, along through here. May even trash that cabinet because I'm not going to keep it, and all the guts are out of it anyway, so it's not that useful. So I may put the mobile miter, slide the doors back either way, put the mobile miter saw station here, and put my Kreg jig on it while I'm building cabinets. That's kind of my thoughts, and that's a few of the little projects I'm working on right now. That'll take us into maybe my first series of projects. Probably be 3 or 4 sections, maybe not that long, but the mantle and the built-ins that I'm going to build soon that I keep talking about, and then I'm storing the wood over here for. I've already designed them in SketchUp and already gave an estimate and all that. Like I say, I don't do a lot of side work. It's usually first name basis type, somebody I work with, go to church with, or maybe go to church with their parents or kids or something like that. That's really the only side work I do. But anyway, I've already designed it in SketchUp, so I'm not going to go back at this time. I'm not going to show you the whole process of designing in SketchUp. If that's something y'all like to see, maybe we could do a mock project together and just show y'all from scratch, from start to finish, what the SketchUp side of things look like. But I will show you at least kind of what I've designed and what I'm thinking, and show you where my head's at on that, and how I know how much materials, and kind of guessing on that is really what it is. But planning to take y'all along on that whole journey. Like I say, I'll make a little series out of it, so I'll show you the design, and then we'll get into building it. Probably won't video a lot as far as the installation. I'm sure I'll grab some pictures and share those with you. But as far as going into people's home and making videos in there, I don't think I'm going to do that. Maybe there's some time lapses or something, but nothing real in depth. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I say, I hope to get some more content out to y'all later part of the week. Probably the next video, if not the one after that, will be jumping into this mantle and built-ins. Thanks for all the support y'all shown me on these first few videos, the comments, thumbs up. It's all appreciated, and it doesn't go unnoticed. We'll see you later.